Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode number 1 of Light Me Up with Brandon Bryant. This is the podcast where you can find some inspiration for your present station. Thank you so much for joining, and let's dig in. About a few weeks ago, I had gone through a bit of a challenge for starting this podcast, and a prompt that I got was to share and reintroduce myself to my audience. So I hopped on Instagram and I shared a bit about myself. I love to inspire and motivate and encourage people to live their best lives. And I'm looking forward to doing that on this podcast with you each and every week that I'm able. And I look forward to the conversations that I'm going to have with you and others that I have on this podcast. And I'm looking forward to being inspired, being challenged, being in a place where I feel like, say a little bit more about that and dig in. But the challenge that was set before us, those that were on the challenge, was to reintroduce ourselves to our audience. And then in the next story, to have folks ask you questions. So I was overwhelmed by the response from folks that follow me on social media. And a lot of times, social media gets a bad rap for not being the most hospitable place in the world. But I can tell you, if you curate your experience, you can find positivity wherever it lies. And so I'm going to just go through a couple questions that people had for me, and we'll just unpack it a little bit more. So the question that one of my friends posed to me was how do you find your purpose when life is being as chaotic as it is? Now, I'm under no illusions here, folks. I know that craziness is going on, that craziness is in office, that craziness is just going to be crazy. And guess what? We're going to let those folks do what they do, but we're not going to get distracted by it. We can tap into what makes us want to get out of bed each and every day. Some days it's going to be harder than others, but we have to put that foot out of the bed and keep it moving. So, how do you find your purpose when life is as chaotic as it is? Get rid of the distractions. Brandon, what do you mean by that? Okay, I'm going to tell you, I was someone who watched and consumed political news for about almost 20 years. I was the biggest Morning Joe fan, uh, basically since they first started their first episode. I guess they're now on 17 or 18 years of doing that show. This election for me was a doozy, folks. Make no bones about it. It was a doozy. But I had to find purpose in all of that mess. And so I was telling folks, look, there are folks out here getting distracted, and there are folks out here who are showing their tail and getting rewarded for bad behavior. I'm going to take this opportunity to get out there, show my tail, and get rewarded for good behavior. And here's what I did. I got rid of cable news from my life. It has enhanced my mental health tremendously. It has given me the opportunity to unlock some of those ideas, some of those things I had purposed for my life. And I had now have the time to do it. So this podcast is a manifestation of that time that I've been granted back to do what is my purpose. My brother one day said to me, Brandon, you have to put your strengths to work. And I know that I'm good at connecting with people. I'm good at really listening to folks and what's going on in their lives. And so I want to tap into that as a source that will continue to light me up. And so I'm doing that. And I'm excited that you're on this journey with me. So, getting back to the matter at hand, I am using this opportunity and this moment that we're in with great chaos and turmoil and strife. Folks are moving in the direction of paying attention to all of that. I'm here to remind you today you can remove those distractions from your life. You can walk into your purpose. You can move forward. Get rid of the noise. No cable news for Brandon. We're getting rid of it. And I'm grateful that I did that. Anything that is not serving you or getting in the way of your purpose, the direction you have for your life, focus on that. Get rid of it. Tell it it's time to go. Okay? It's time to go. Maybe what we can do is find an opportunity to take a moment to find out what your greater purpose is. Really be reflective and take a moment of your time, whether that's during your morning cup of coffee or in between a commercial. Start to jot down those things that you dreamt about, that you've wanted to do, a trip that you wanted to go on. Um, if you're someone who's looking to improve your financial status, work on putting together a budget. Lord knows I need to do that myself. So I'm grateful to have folks in my life who are really, really helping me move through being better about being a better steward with my money. If you do this, I can say that it is likely to give you a bit greater purpose, greater clarity, and greater focus. That fateful day that I decided to step into my purpose, it unlocked magic for me. And I'm only just now starting to begin to realize what that is going to look like in the future. Um, Part of living out my purpose was finding my way to New York City. I'm so grateful for the community that I've surrounded myself with and that has supported me in the almost 6 years that I've been living here in the city. It took one phone call from my friend, my best friend, to encourage me to get down here and get to work. So I'm grateful that I listened to that phone call. I'm grateful that I have surrounded myself with wonderful community members and have taken the opportunity to really take life by the horns. I'm here to encourage you today that you can do the same thing. 10 or so years ago was in a classroom as a classroom aide and working with my wonderful students and staff. And I did not think that I was going to be there for 10 and a half years. I can just tell you that. I did not think I was going to be there for 10 and a half years, but those 10 and a half years were just a wonderful proving ground for me to hone my skills as someone who is really good at finding opportunities to listen to people's hearts, to tap into that source that makes them shine. And I'm here to shine a light on those people doing great things or taking that moment to just find some heart, find some celebration of yourself. Step into those moments and find those opportunities to remind yourself that it's going to be okay. You can do this thing called life. You can do this. Don't give up. Don't give up. There was a time in my life when I thought that I was going to give up and no longer be on this planet. And I'm grateful. I'm really grateful that I did not listen to that voice in my head telling me, you're not worthy, you're not worth it, nobody's listening, you're unloved, um, people are just going to step all over you. All of those things that we tell ourselves, I'm here today to let you know that there are lies. Stop listening to the lies that we tell ourselves. Stop it. Here's what you can do. You can write a little post-it note, put it up on the mirror, reminding yourself that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are someone who is worth celebrating, that you are someone who is worth taking life by the horns and really running through the magic that's before you in your life. I'm excited. I'm revved up. I'm ready to go. I don't know where this thing is going to go and lead, but I am purposed in my life to just run right through the tape and see where it goes. Magic can happen when you listen to yourself. We end up spending a lot of time in our lives being distracted by this thing right here, our phones, keeping up with the Joneses. And I'm here to tell you, social media is a wonderful tool, but it is a highlight reel. Folks are not showing you the times where they thought they were going to give up. And what I can tell you today is that you have a purpose. There is a plan for your life. And I'm here, and this podcast is going to be here to help you see through the lens of other people, including myself, that there is more, better, greater on the other side of challenge, on the other side of life's adversity that might come your way. You today can make a change. You today can choose to do differently. You today can move into your assignment. Are you aligned with your assignment? Take a moment to ask yourself that question. I'll repeat it for the folks that did not hear me the first time. Are you aligned with your assignment? If the answer to that is no, continue to check in on this podcast and you'll find, I know, and I can guarantee that you'll find some answers through stories that I share, through stories that other folks share. Don't let anyone dim your light. You can shine today because guess what? You woke up this morning. You have another opportunity to get it right. This, in lots of ways, is a love letter to myself because I have thought that life was going to send me one way and it sent me a completely different direction. And I'm grateful that I followed the North Star and remained true to myself. I want you to remain true to yourself. We can allow people to sway us to and fro, or we can really, in the stillness of the night, be quiet and ask ourselves, am I doing all that I can do to be the best me that I can be? Am I doing the best I can, or can I do better? I'm here to tell you that chances are you can do better. You can be greater. You already have the tools within inside you. That magic, that spark, that energy, that source, it's there for the taking. You just have to remember it's there. And know this, hear me when I say that we do not do this alone. Anything that you've ever done in your life, you've had an opportunity to do because you've had community surround you and support you. Listen, remember that. Because there are going to be times in your life where you're going to think you're all tapped out, but it takes community, surrounding yourself with community to make this thing called life be something amazing. I'm grateful to the community that supported me and my journey. Some of those folks you'll hear along the way as you continue listening, and I hope that you get something from their stories. I hope that you get some nourishment for your soul. This is Light Me Up with Brandon Bryant. Thank you so much for the privilege of your time. I'm looking forward to magic with you all. I really am. If you are enjoying what you're hearing right now, you can certainly follow me at Shine with Brandon on Instagram. That's if you just want to see more of me, or you want to learn more about this podcast, you can check us out at Light Me Up Podcast on Instagram. There'll be more information that I'll share as the weeks and months and years go along. But I am so thrilled that you took a moment out of your day to tap in. I'm really, really grateful for you. I'm grateful for what is going to be your life's purpose that you're going to walk through. I'm here to be a champion for what inspires you. Lastly, what's one note I can share with you? It's nice to hear nice things from other people, but we have to tell those things to ourselves. And we have to believe it when we say it. Say it until you believe it. Because it's really true that there's only one you on this planet. So why not be the best version of you for the world to see? Why not? It's your time. You only get this opportunity once. Make it the best it can be. Again, I am Brandon Bryant, and this is Light Me Up. Keep shining your light.